And with that, we're in the attic. Welcome everybody to a new episode of the Mario 64 Randomizer. I figured, you know what, 50 stars is quite a lot, and I do want to be able to go to the basement anyway, so it's worth a shot just trying to find out what levels even are in the attic. Maybe it is the level that we're looking for. Also, I've got a cup of tea, so you might hear me... This is exactly the level we needed! That is amazing! Also, I have a cup of tea, so you might hear me like drinking from that a little bit as we go along here. I made a cup of tea. I made a cup of tea, and I was like, I actually kind of want to start recording because it's already almost 2 PM, and I still need to record a couple of these videos today. And then I also want to record a Kingdom Hearts video today, and I want to edit all of them today, and if possible, also like get to uploading and doing all the metadata for them and stuff. So. I'm waiting for the cup of tea to cool down before I even start recording. My god, that was a stupid move on my part. Waiting for the cup of tea to cool down before I even start recording could potentially like take a while because it's literally boiling liquid or boiling water. Well, I guess any liquid can boil, but some liquids are a lot hotter when they boil than others, like liquid iron. That's pretty hot when it boils. I don't even know if there's like... There has to be a boiling point for that, right? What even would that be? Because the melting point for iron is fairly high. I mean, it's not the highest melting point. I think that's tungsten, right? But at a certain point, you can heat it up so much. Because there's not a maximum amount of heat a certain like object or a certain thing can like hold and like send out into the world, right? There's an absolute zero, but I don't think there's an absolute maximum amount of temperature. You can just keep throwing in energy into, well, a piece of iron, for instance, and at some point, surely that'll start boiling and evaporating into gaseous iron? Presumably? But if that were the case, it wouldn't be in this glass, because this glass would be fucking gone. As a matter of fact, if there was molten iron in this tea glass, it would be fucking gone. So, it's boiling water with some leaf juice in it. I didn't read the dialogue, I'm very sorry. This is the first Bowser, so this should be fairly easy to complete. That being said, I do not see any mines, which could potentially be problematic. Oh, there we have a mine. Okay, let's do this. That's the wrong angle. This is a real weird start for an episode. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to start this episode talking about liquid iron and liquid metal in general and liquids and gaseous and just like general chemistry. Or is that chemistry? I don't know if that's... I never had like a chemistry or physics class in high school, which always annoyed me because they were very interesting topics. So everything I know about either topic is pretty much self-taught from just like online resources. And that makes it sometimes a little bit tricky to like... I guess it's a little bit of both, right? Well, there's no chemical reaction, technically speaking, when talking about... things going from solid to liquid to gaseous. So I guess it's just straight up physics. That being said, liquid iron does tend to set things on fire, which is technically a chemical reaction. So anyway, can you please die, Bowser? I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to Bowser here because I want to go to the basement. We're not doing anything else in the attic. Also, I know it might sound very suspicious that I went into the exact right level right away when going into the attic at the start of this episode. I swear to God, I had no idea that this was here. That was 1000% luck. And quite a lot of it as well. Elevator area, right. Hazy maze entrance, left. Black hole elevator 1. I don't even know what that is. Arrow, you are here. Oh, that's the map within Hazy Maze Cave, of course, yeah. So, we can now go to the basement, which... we should be able to go into Dire Docks any moment as it is already, because we've got 21 stars. Save and continue. I don't even know if I can exit this place. I cannot exit this place. There's one very easy way of fixing that, and that is restarting the emulation, so I'll be right back. By the way, do you remember how I kept saying that I can't unlock the vanishing cap if I can't go into the basement? While that is no longer relevant now, because I can go into the basement, that doesn't necessarily mean, I don't think, that I can unlock the vanishing cap now, because obviously that level entrance is also going to be randomized, so that might be somewhere entirely different. Might still be in the basement, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't necessarily mean... Yeah, that one isn't opened yet, I figured. I don't know how many stars you actually need for that one. I think it might be 25? 25 and then the next one is 50. That would make a certain amount of sense. I think there is a toad somewhere that gives me a free star. It's not this one. There is one. I am sure there is one. I think it's actually at the entrance of Hazy Maze Cave now that I think about it. And obviously there's also this dude, which... Huh, interesting. Even more interesting. Usually that is a wall and that is a painting, but now those have been switched and things are just a little bit weird. This rabbit gives you a star, by the way, so let's go get that one, because it should be a fairly easy star. Maybe I shouldn't be long jumping, maybe I should be doing... I don't know if you can actually grab it that way. Let's see. I grabbed it. And that is the star, which means that we now have 22 stars. Which level should we go into? This level or Vanishing Cap? This level or what's usually lethal level then? I'm gonna give you a weird answer. I'm gonna go see what Hazy Maze Cave turns into, because usually that's not even a painting. That's just a pool of mercury. It still is. Okay, and you should give me a free power star as well, in theory. Right? I'd like to talk to you. Toad, I would like to have a word with you. And yet another free power star, as I expected. So we're getting quite a lot done today. We defeated a Bowser, we've gotten 2 power stars already. And now let's jump into Hazy Maze Cave, which is not going to be Hazy Maze Cave, but instead is going to be Lethal Lava Land. This doesn't seem very fitting, does it? It's not as bad as the first Bowser fight we had, which... that was weird, but this still... not very fitting music. I appreciate that. This is the exact reason I chose to randomize the music as well. I always bet somebody shutting the front door, very not subtly. Lethal Lava Land is also a fairly easy one to get a decent amount of damage. A decent amount of stars quickly in. Because it's probably my favorite level in this game. Maybe TikTok Clock. I don't know, I like the gimmick in TikTok Clock a lot. But I like from like a level design perspective, I think I like this one better. That all being said, this little bully here is being a real meanie, which I guess is what bullies do, right? They are real meanies. I just realized that this is not a star. These are just random bully enemies. It's the big one that gives you a star. And there's also a platform with... where you die. There's also a platform with 3 of them, where you... where am I? There I am. Where you do get a star, but that's not that one. It's a bigger platform. And Boil the Bully is actually the first mission that you're supposed to do here. So that means that we're definitely not going to do that mission right away. Let's do the red coin mission. It's a really, really easy one in this level. Of course, who would care about red coins? We've got pink coins. Nobody cares about those. I mostly give a shit about the blue coins, obviously, because I am so horrible at this. God damn it! That was a weird thing to happen. And that is the red coin star. It's definitely the easiest red coin star in the game. And as a matter of fact, I think this is also one of the easier 100 coin stars in the game. Meaning that if we're going to be doing any 100 coin stars, it's probably going to be in this level. Because it's a fairly compact and open level. You've got inside the volcano, but other than that, this entire map you're seeing right here, that's everything there is. And it seems like it's actually a lot because it seems very busy. because there's a lot of tiny little islands, but it's actually a fairly small map compared to the other levels in the game. So we might go for the 100 coin star here. I don't think we will if we don't have to, and clearly we don't have to, because if need be, we can just backwards long jump into the attic and then up to the final Bowser level. Which I still don't know how I'm actually going to finish this series, because obviously, if we... do we want to find the final Bowser level? And that should be the start. Do we want to find the actual final Bowser level and call it quits then? Or do we want to go into what would usually be the final Bowser level and have that as our last mission? But then the question arises, that's probably a level with multiple stars. So do we 100% that level? I guess so. Maybe we do both. We want to find all the Bowser levels anyway. Bully the bullies. But also finish the final Bowser level. I still don't know what the end goal for this series is going to be. Much like I didn't know for a while what the end goal would be for the Mario World randomizer, obviously. It could be the case that just like in the Super Mario World randomizer we did, the actual final Bowser level didn't get randomized into some different place. And it's still the same... it's so tight. That sounded weird. It's still the same level, which isn't unlikely, but it's also... It's 50-50 in my opinion at this point, whether or not that's the case. So let's just keep playing, and I guess we'll find out as we go along, right? I really don't like the fact that these bullies are more difficult than the big counterparts. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me at all. And that is yet another star. We're going... Oh my god, there's a big one as well. I forgot about that. And that is another star. We're at 26 now. We started this episode at 21. And we're not even, like, done with this episode at all yet. We're going to probably do the entirety of Lethal Lava Land in this episode. Which I'm totally okay with, because again, it's probably one of my favorite levels. My tea is also cooling down to the point where I can just, like, properly drink it now, without having to sip it. You might hear, like, the spoon against the glass a little bit. I don't know what mission we're doing, actually, here. Red Hot Rolling Log. I don't like the log, so what I usually just end up doing is long jumping into the lava and just damage boosting to the end. Because that is a possibility. And not even, like, a difficult top-tier speedrun possibility. That is, like, how I've always done it, more or less. Well, not always. I've done it a proper way. Like, at least once, I think. But other than that, I usually end up damage boosting this star, because I don't like the way the logs, like, physics work. Especially in this version of the game. In the DS remake version of the game, okay, I guess we are not damage boosting, because I don't think we have enough health to do so. We would have. We would have had enough health to do so. But this marks the probably second time I did this the proper way. I think you can also damage boost over the wall there somehow, or like bypass the wall in some way. I think that's how speedrunners do it, because it's very close to the spawning point, obviously, of this level. I think now we only have the hot-footed in the volcano and the other one also in the volcano, and I think that's everything we've got left. So, let's do this. We're going through this very, very quickly. And I'm loving it. I'm also not loving it, because it means that we're going to have to do a less fun level next episode, which is a little bit sad, but hey. What are you going to do about that? Nothing, that's what. I think there's 2 stars on the volcano, right? There's one which is just climbing up the volcano, and one which is the magic carpet ride in the volcano. I am fairly sure. Oh, I saw the line there. I just wasn't sure whether or not the thing was going to be to the left or to the right. And looking at this game a little closer after starting to play around a little bit, like 3D modeling and stuff, I realised, I mean, I know this is practically the first 3D, proper 3D game. Well, unless you count Star Fox on the SNES. But holy fuck, the textures are really bad. And like the unwrapping of the model sometimes is really bad as well. You can definitely tell on the stairs going up from the main floor to like the upper floor. On that stairs, you can definitely tell that the texture gets stretched so much on the vertical part. Or I was thinking, is it the vertical or the horizontal? It depends on your perspective, I guess. But the part that goes in the z-axis, right? That goes up and down. That part is so goddamn stretched because it's literally just one texture that is used to do both the flat parts and the raised parts, if that makes any sense. It's not a magic carpet, right? It's a magic block, right? Same thing. And it gets stretched a lot because the unwrapping of the model where the texture is applied isn't done properly. And I get that this is like 1996 or 95 or something like that, 97 maybe, I don't know. So there is a lot of like techniques that just didn't exist back then, which are very commonplace now, and probably the way 3D modeling does UV unwrapping these days probably didn't even exist back in the day. Because otherwise that issue would just have not existed, and I'm gonna fucking die. But it's interesting to see from like I don't want to call myself a modeler or like whatever, because I've only been dabbling in it a little bit over the past like couple of months. I think I talked about it a little bit in my Pokemon series as well. That's my cup of tea. All the way drank. Oh yeah, that's right. When you die inside the volcano, you also respawn inside the volcano. That's a really nice quality of life thing. But it's really interesting to look at these older 3D games and the way like they do things, because just because it's not done that well, it's very easy to reverse engineer how things would be done in a more modern context anyway, because that is everything I know. I don't know how they did this 20 plus years ago, right? But it's informative. It definitely is informative for me in my journey to learn 3D modeling and such, to see where things go wrong in these older games, because in more modern games things also go wrong, but it's god damn it, but it's not as god damn it it's not as obvious in more modern games because there's a lot more polish applied and a lot more budget for those kinds of things. Also, I know that we're technically a little bit over time at this point for this episode, but we are definitely getting this last star here. If it's the last fucking thing I do, we're getting this star. I promise you. Even though this is the 4th time you're seeing me go up this, I think. 3rd time. 4th. One or the other. I don't know. I don't particularly care, to be honest. And I think this means that after this we can definitely go into Dire Docks and the accompanying Bowser level as well. But I think we'll keep that for the very end of the basement run. That seems like you usually would do that, so we'll do that now as well. Let's take it nice and easily and slowly, and let's jump the fuck off here. That almost worked. Wait, is this gonna work? No, it's not gonna work. I was gonna say, that would be amazing if I end up landing on that little platform there. I did not. The camera weirdness, there's nothing much you can do about that. It expects you, once you exit Lethal Lava Land, to be in a different position where the camera should be in position X, but seeing as how the room we're in is a different room, the camera ends up being in the position it should be in for Lethal Lava Land. But that is inside the floor, so again, not much we can do about that really. Just like walk around a little bit and the camera will reset. Okay, I'm going to focus now since this is my last life, and I think it shouldn't be that difficult. It's not that difficult of a star. I mean, the last star was a lot easier, granted, but this one shouldn't be that difficult, all things considered. As stated, it shouldn't be that difficult. And that is literally the star right there. So unless I fuck up these jumps, which I very well might, because that's just what I do. Oh, that was close. Oh. I hate life. At least that makes for a nice TikTok highlight. Which also, the TikTok highlights, I'm also going to be posting on Instagram. So if you are not very much into TikTok because you're like, that's a very Zoomer thing to do, and I'm an adult and I don't have time to get TikTok and look at like people like either below 16 or above 40 doing weird dances. You can also follow me on Instagram instead. They'll be posted there. I'll be probably posting them in my stories because I've been having, you know what, I'll keep that discussion for next episode because it's probably a discussion that's going to go for like 10 minutes. A discussion, it's not really a discussion if you're doing it on your own, right? It's more of an anecdote, a monologue. But there's a whole thing that I was struggling yesterday with Instagram. So that was a really nice job. No, you don't. No. Fuck you. I'm gonna make my way back there, and I'll see you in a moment to end of this episode, because I'm going to focus. Something I never do, but I'm gonna focus. Let's not be an idiot this time, and just make these jumps. The universe just loves to fuck with me, doesn't it? Mario, when he's about to die, kind of sounds like a seal being like strangled to death. I wonder, could you potentially long jump if you did it very precisely from there to the star? You probably could. I don't know if you could. Maybe some speedrunner genius could do that. I've got the star. Okay, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Vlogger. You've been awesome. That was stressful. Next time we're doing another level, because I think that was the last star in this level, right? Right? Just making sure. We've done the entirety of lethal level and we can exit the course now. See you back. I guess I guess it throws us back there. See you next time. I think next time we're going to try to unlock the vanishing cap, if that's still done in the same way, which I very much doubt that it will be. See you back then. Bye.